What are the red flags that girls should watch out for?
A guy that's controlling, like doesn't let you wear what you want to wear. You need to stay exactly where you are at all times. Super aggressive, like very loud. You know, just like.
Oh, I was thinking of like a DJ.
You don't like that.
I'm super loud all the time.
Yeah, but like, you know, aggressive, like controlling boyfriends that are like, hey, you fucking bitch, like, you know, like.
Oh yeah,
swearing.
that's you don't want somebody just
like
swearing
a red
at you,
flag.
right?
What else?
Somebody that can't control their emotions.
Okay.
Yeah,
Super obsessed.
I think if you're a guy, you should be able to control your emotions.
Obsessed
100%.
with you?
Yeah,
Okay.
super obsessed, like.
I feel like I'm super
bombing, like
obsessed.
super love bombing. No, you're not like, you're cool. Like, you're not like, oh my God, you're everything, blah, 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 blah. Like, you know, you're not over the top, because I think those guys that are super obsessed, if you reject them, they don't know what to do with it, and they may turn to violence and being like, well, if I can't have you, nobody's gonna have you, and I'm gonna kill you.
Ah, okay.
Crazy.
You know?
That is, I agree with everything you said. I think a guy should be able to control their emotions. But also, I do have something to say about that, because she'll be like, how come you're not obsessed with me? Because like sometimes I'll be busy, and then she'll be like,
I don't ask that. I don't want him to be like obsessed with me, because then I can't breathe.
You want him obsessed with you on your terms?
yeah.
It's like, it's not obsessed. It's like, pay attention to me. Like, that's it. Like a little affection. But we don't even have a problem like that, because I feel like, yeah, we don't. It's just like sometimes when he's working and I want to talk, he's like, I'm busy. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
That's it.
I think as a guy though, you should be busy, because it's a good thing, because that means you're not. If I'm playing video games, it's different. Then it's like.
See, that's where I have the problem actually, because I want him to work. So when he's working and I'm like, oh, okay, he's busy. It's like, okay, whatever. I'm like, damn, I wish we could like spend some time. I'm like, he's working, I get it. But when you're sitting at the couch and I'm looking over and he's like playing his stupid freaking video games on his phone, I'm like, okay, let's watch a movie, let's cuddle, and he's like, me. That's like what's annoying.
I get
like,
why
get
you
off
do
your
that.
phone.
Though. The video games be fun. Like, it'd be fun.
Bro, and like the thing is, no matter who it is, nobody's immune to it, right?
Right.
You look at like the busiest people in the world, like LeBron will like jump on Xbox every once in a while, and it's like, LeBron James. You saw Andrew Tate playing Super Smash Brothers with his brother.
Yeah.
It's like, I think video games just do something to guys where they're like, ooh.
We all have our interests.
Yeah.
In different.
And the thing is, I'm not a video game guy. Like the first year we dated, I didn't touch one video game.
Yeah, I know. That's why I was like, what happened? Like, why you?
You just.
Did you want to play video games, but you didn't want to play it in?
No, I've never owned any systems. I've never been a video game guy. I've never been that guy. But I think just when you're in a relationship, right? Like you settle in. So like I started settling in. I'm like, man, I need new hobbies. Because before my hobby was like texting girls and stuff. But I'm a loyal man. I don't do that no more. So it's like, what new hobby should I do?
Maybe like taking a girl out and.
We go on dates.
Yeah, that's true.
Every week. So it's like you can't fill up every second of your time. So I'm like,
That's true.
Man, like sometimes I just need to decompress. So I start playing video games.
You need to disconnect.
Yeah.
But I'm changing the habit. I'm going back to chess.
Okay.
So the only video game now that I'll play is like chess, because at least it's like productive.
Yes, because I'm like, oh my God. Like, I'm like, babe, please stop. Like, we're not in high school. We're not in college.
I agree.
Because the games he plays, it's like, it's not, I don't think you need to use any brain power. It's literally like, tuk, 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 tuk.
Hey, listen, my Pikachu was using Thunderbolt on a water type Pokemon.
Something more
But how long do you play the video?
Oh, put your screen time.
I'll get
like 5 hours a day, 6 hours a day.
That's
No, what'll happen, this is what'll happen. If I start something, I'm the type of person, if I start, I'm gonna see if I finish it.
Right.
So I'll start a Pokemon game, I'll fucking bang through it. It's like 9 hours. I just smash through it. I said this in the last podcast. I would just download it, smash through the entire fucking thing.
Right.
But then I'll delete it after I'm done. And I'll just move on to the next thing.
And the times that you're not playing the game, are you productive?
Yeah.
Yeah,
100%.
so you've earned the right to do so. I think you've gotten to a point where you could play the game. It shouldn't be that big of a problem.
I think it's because like living with him and seeing how much he's playing the game sometimes, like before it was like really bad. We wake up, he's playing the game. I like do my own thing upstairs, I come down, I'm like, oh, he's probably working, playing the game. I'm like, every time I glance over, he's playing the game. So for me, I have the impression all he does is play the game all day.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, I agree. I like that's the one thing where I'm like, this is the one part of my life where I need to improve. But then now I've deleted everything, so I'm back on track.
Yeah, now you're better. Before it was like, oh my God, what has happened?
As soon as I download it, bro, I'm on that shit.
What were you playing that had you
Pokemon.
Pokemon?
I'll download a Pokemon game. All of them, bro.
Oh, so you're just going from Kanto to Johto to Hoenn to all
I'll get all of them.
Good God.
Yeah, because you're like, you're in a flow. You're like, let me smash this Pokemon.
I was big into Pokemon when I was younger. It's hard for me now because the tagline was to catch them all, and they have like 1,000 Pokemon. You can't catch them all, so what are you going to
You know who caught them all? This motherfucker right here.
do? There it is. You made it up.
Yeah, it's just like, I think I have a personality type where it's like, I need that. Like, I like being successful in whatever I do. So if I'm doing business, I'll be successful in that, right? I'll get a win. But the same win, because one time she walked in here, I had just made like 10 grand in a day. She walks in and I'm like, woo, yelling. I'm on the phone with one of my boys. I'm like, woo. But you get that same feeling from the game. Because you download the game, you catch all the Pokemon. I'm like, woo, I'm the motherfucking Pokemon master.
Yeah.
So, but I understand it's not attractive for a woman to like see their man playing a video game. Do I get less sexy when you see me playing a video game?
Yeah, that's just my preference. Some other girls don't mind it, but that's who I am.
No, I think every girl.
So is it incapable to be sexy playing video games?
Incapable?
Like
you can't be sexy and play video games?
Yeah.
I feel like if it's your career, like there's gamers, like that's their career.
If you
No,
make
like
money.
sexy while playing video games. Like, okay, him sitting here doing his thing, you would consider, that's sexy, right?
Yeah.
But then let's just say you put a controller in his hand. Now is it sexy?
If I'm making I know let's say I'm like Ninja and I'm making.
No, you're not making any money.
Oh, yeah.
This is just, it's
no,
a hobby
I don't
of
think
his.
it's sexy,
R.I.P.
but there's occasions. For example, is his friends over? Is it a special occasion? Is it like a holiday? Like, there's a time and place for everything. So if it's an occasion and he's doing it, and he's with his like friends and they're having fun, that's cool. Like, have fun. But if it's like a daily habit or I see it often,
Right.
I don't think it's attractive. Like I'm like, oh my God. Like that's my ick.
Okay.
And that has always been my ick. I never.
So what do you think some icks are for girls? Like common icks that girls would have.
I can't speak for all girls, but
No, just
I
what,
can
like,
speak.
what-
In
yeah.
general,
Yeah.
in generalities.
Well, like I'll tell you some guy icks. I think some of the biggest guy icks is when a girl asks for money. That's a big guy ick. It's a big guy ick.
100%.
You know, because here's the, and I'm not even saying like anything against that. Like I'm cool with like paying for a girl's stuff, but when she asks for it or like has like an expectation, I think that's an ick a little bit.
Well, really, I feel like there's some certain men that like it, I understand it's like, oh, can I send me $200 or like
Ick.
that's weird.
Yeah.
But if they're like, oh, I really want to get this, it's
Yeah,
really
a hint is different than like
Right.
then
send me the
okay,
money.
'cause
Right.
it's like some guys feel pride in like being able to.
Well, like when we first started dating, right? Like I would buy stuff like the shoes, the Balenciagas. You were like, oh, I really want these brown ones. I was like, okay, noted. But you weren't like, buy me these. If you said buy me
Okay.
these, I'd be like, that's gross. But you're
Okay,
like,
I get it.
I really
That's
want
not-
these. So then I was
that's
like,
not
cool, noted. And
Okay.
I hit it, right? Like, what are some icks like for you? If like a girl does anything, what's like a big ick for you?
Well, for one, ask for money is definitely
That's the biggest ick.
that's a large one. I think probably also initiative. I have an issue with like women who don't take initiative for like anything, because it's one thing to like, all right, plan a date. I think that should be on the
Yeah.
dude. You go and plan it. But let's just say if we have commonality between us, we like to enjoy particular kinds of movies or something. Like let's say we liked watching John Wick. We watch movies together. John Wick 4 comes out or something like that. If you don't have in your mind, hey, the movies just come out, we should go see it, or maybe you go get the ticket, or you set it up to where it's in my mind, hey, we watched this together, we bonded over this. Now the opportunity to further bond over it is here, and you're waiting on me to now initiate that, despite the fact that it's something that we enjoy together. That's always been something that I've found as an ick for me.
Is this a specific situation? Because it's
No. It's just I said like movies, because John Wick I watched it on the plane when I was coming over here, so I was like, all right, that was in my mind.
Okay, so it's like the girl doesn't ever suggest.
Like
do
that doesn't
anything.
suggest do anything, or it's like you
Okay.
just sit there and you're just waiting for somebody
Okay.
to go in. All right, we should do
yeah.
this, we should do that. It's like you're on for the ride, I guess.
Okay, that's interesting. Do you think I'm like that? Because I feel like.
Yeah, you want to do stuff all the time. You text me. You're like, we should go on a date here.
Okay, so but like, okay, so you mean like Because what I'm getting, what you're saying is like suggesting specific things.
Right. No. It's not even specific. It's just across. Like if you're in a situation, like let's say whether you're actually dating or you're just like whatever the case is, like primary coital appointment, whatever it might be. If you're in a situation where you're with somebody and they say nothing
like, not even,
as it pertains to let's hang out, let's do anything. You're just there. It's like you're a human leech at that point. That's always been.
And that shows like absolute no interest and effort.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
right.
a big ick. That's true. You know what, guys? I think that's like ick for everybody.
Well, no, I think here's my thing.
It's like there's no effort. There's
if
no
a girl
interest.
likes you, she's gonna want some of your time. I tweeted this. I was like, hey, your girl should want your time, right? Like for me, I know like the one thing I really like about you is when I'm working, every moment you get with me, you cherish it. And it means a lot, and it's really sweet, and it gives me feedback. I'm like, oh, she really loves me. She really likes me. I couldn't imagine being a guy and your girl doesn't want to spend time with you. And your girl's kind of like, oh, go work. I don't want to hang out with you. It's like, yo, red flag. But you really like spending time with me, so it makes me feel good, you know?
Yes.
So
that would definitely be an ick.
What is your ick? For
Video
guys?
games.
Video games.
For
the guys watching this, there's actually good stuff. Because we say it all the time, like stop playing video games, focus on something else.
Also, what you said, like not taking initiative, like I don't know, it's just an ick when the guy expects the girl to plan things and like, oh, you do it. Like I'm just gonna be there. I'm just going with the vibes. Like I like a guy that takes the initiative. Like, oh, I have this planned for you and that, because then it shows like there's effort, this interest. So if a guy shows like low effort, ick. This is when I was single, when I was dating. If they don't feed me, like, especially like if you're staying over their house and they don't make you breakfast or like feed you, that's like a big ick.
I can agree to that. That's not too specific. Because here's my thing. I tell all guys this. With every single girl, if you're dating anyone, every woman I've ever dated has always been taken care of. You know? And I'm not being a simp. I'm not like, oh, do you need anything? Like, I'm not a simp at all. It's like, what do you want to eat?
Yeah, I think eating is the basic thing, because I feel like I believe men should like take care of their woman. They should be their providers, and how you show that is by feeding them. Like, it's not about buying.
It's not even feeding them though. It's making sure.
I think because it's the basic necessity of life.
Feeding is like bare minimum.
Okay.
So it's like, for example, like it's not about buying bags and trips.
Yeah, that's excessive.
It's about like, are you taking care of me? Are you feeding me? I think for me that's a love language. Food is a love language.
Well, it's just being cordial, I think. Like if there's a girl and she's there, you can be like, are you good? You have everything you need? You're okay?
If you're spending
100%. I think
like,
that's
are you
important.
Thirsty?
Yeah.
Like if you're in somebody's house, like, are you thirsty?
It's just making them comfortable.
No. Like for example, when we first started dating and I was staying in the guest room, I went in and there was a Pop-Tart next to the bed, and I was like, oh my God, he put a Pop-Tart next to the bed. Like,
that's how you get some pussy.
He's
put
giving
a
me a little. Okay, babe.
Old Pop-Tart.
Yeah, I was like, oh, he's giving me a little snack. And I was like, oh, that's so cute. I think it's, So it's an ick when a guy doesn't do that stuff.